Carl Jung, and how this whole thing came to pass. In the early 20th century, Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist renowned for his scientific exploration of the unconscious mind, encountered a patient named Roland Hazard, a chronic alcoholic who struggled to find conventional medical treatments. Hazard, an American businessman, sought Jung's expertise in Zurich during the 1920s, desperate for a cure. Jung, after extensive analysis, concluded Hazard's condition was medically hopeless. He asserted that Hazard's alcoholism stemmed not merely from physiological dependency, but from a deeper existential void, a spiritual thirst for wholeness. Jung advised Hazard that recovery would require a profound vital spiritual experience, akin to a religious conversion, to counteract the destructive pull of addiction. Jung's words, though delivered with clinical detachment, carried an uncharacteristic weight. Privately, he grappled with the tension between his scientific rigor and the mystical undercurrents of his theories. Aware of his reputation in the psychiatric community, Jung avoided overtly religious language, framing the solution in psychological terms: a union with God or higher understanding rather than dogma. This caution reflected his fear of professional ridicule, as spirituality was often dismissed as unscientific in academic circles. Hazard, undeterred by Jung's reticence, embraced the advice. He joined the Oxford Group, a Christian evangelical movement emphasizing moral inventory and surrender to a higher power. Through this group, Hazard connected with Ebby Thatcher, another alcoholic, whom he guided towards spiritual recovery. Thatcher, in turn, shared the principles with his friend Bill Wilson, a stockbroker battling alcoholism. Wilson, inspired by Jung's foundational idea of spiritual surrender and William James' studies on religious experiences, co-founded Alcoholics Anonymous, AA, in 1935. The program's 12 steps, emphasizing surrender to a higher power, echoed Jung's concept of ego dissolution and archetypal wholeness. Years later, Jung acknowledged his role in a 1961 letter to Wilson. He confessed he had been exceedingly careful in discussing spirituality with Hazard, wary of alienating the scientific establishment. Yet he affirmed AA's approach, noting alcoholism's resistance to purely medical treatment and its demand for a genuine spiritual transformation. Jung's phrase spiritus contra spiritum, spirit against spirits, became a tacit motto for AA, symbolizing the replacement of alcohol's allure with transcendent meaning. Despite his influence, Jung maintained a measured distance. He viewed AA's religious overtones as a pragmatic, if oversimplified, application of his theories. His work, after all, sought to universalize spirituality through psychology, not doctrine. This duality, bridging science and mysticism while guarding his academic standing, defined Jung's legacy in addiction recovery. AA, meanwhile, transformed his cautious insights into a global movement, proving that even a psychiatrist's guarded words could ignite a revolution in healing.